Hello and happy Sunday. I just wanted to check in. A friend and I were talking about the effects on the introvert and the extrovert while we're staying home and not being able to hang out with other people or really even see people. A lot of us haven't even gone to the grocery store. I know in our household, we've nominated one of us to be the errand runner. So we're talking about how the effect on extroverts is a little different than the effect on extroverts. I am personally extremely introverted, which is why these videos are so funny, because this is not... I guess it's easier for me to be on video where I'm not actually interacting with anybody and can just say my piece, take my time, not worry about being interrupted or having to interact with anyone. Though I highly encourage you to reach out if you do want to interact. I have a lot easier time doing that one-on-one than I do in a big group. But I would love to interact with you virtually. But the experience that I'm having is far different than the experience that other people who are more extroverted. Personally, I am having a hard time with the amount of togetherness that I have with my family. I love being home with the kids and getting stuff done, but at the same time, I'm not getting the alone time that I need, which I usually get when I'm driving to work and home from work, and sometimes I get some time by myself on the weekends, but I am not getting really any alone time. As you can see, I'm in the car, and that's where the alone time happens, is if I sneak away. But the alone time is definitely the hardest part. Being home is not hard for me. I don't mind not going out in public, and I feel like it's going to be even harder when I have to, because I've gotten so used to not having to. And it's been energizing. As far as how it affects the extrovert, my son is very extroverted, loves socializing, and is really missing school. He's missing all his friends, and he is having a really hard time with not being able to get some of that energy out, which I think we initially thought that he just needed to be outside and exercising and doing activities like that, but I think a lot of his energy and challenges with staying focused and staying on task and all that is coming from not exuding energy while socializing with other kids, which I hadn't really realized how much energy that burns up for him. So we're trying to work on that, but that is just a lot different. Like, he gets really silly and bounces around and runs from one end of the house to the other and can't focus, and it just gets really loud, and that's even when he's been outside and riding his bike and going on multiple walks and rides a day, whereas when I haven't had my alone time, I get crabby and short-tempered, which I guess we both have that problem. But anyway, so how are you doing, and how are you experiencing this alone time? Are you experiencing it with other people, or are you experiencing it on your own? And is that harder for you or easier for you? Where are you at with this? And one last thing is I know I need it, so I'm gonna take a few seconds here, maybe a minute, to just do some breathing. and take a break from everything else going on. I'm not going to look, we're not looking at Facebook, we're not looking at the news, we're not having to interact with anybody else for just a few minutes or a second here. So I'm going to take some deep breaths in. Long breath out, deep breath in, long breath out. I'm filling my chest and my belly with that air. So it comes in, fills up our belly, and then up to our chest, and then the chest compresses in, and the belly compresses in. So it's coming in, filling up, and then coming back down. So I know it's hard to see with my jacket, but it's nice winter, spring weather here. So deep breath in. One more big breath out. So I hope that gave you a little bit of rest and kind of recentering. Anytime you need a little bit of a break, I would highly recommend just taking some deep breaths in and out. That exhale really helps slow the heart rate and settle things down, and just makes things a little easier to handle. So I would love to hear from you, to hear how you're doing and what your situation is, and be well.